Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. The best way is... If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? I want to tell you guys something. What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out about crypto. My name is Ben. All right, I'm not starting the show until everybody hits the like button. I'll wait. TJ, tell me when everyone hits the like button.
All right. Give me a second. All right.
We're good?
Well, we're good.
Everybody hit the like button. Okay. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. Now I forgot my intro. How does it go? Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community of all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben. We come to you live every single day at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we wait for you to hit the like button. That's the new thing. Guys, today is Wednesday, December the 28th, and we have got quite a bit of interesting news going on today. I hope you guys enjoyed our video last night. I hope you guys enjoyed our new format. I think that's going to be the new format going forward for those 10 o'clock videos. If you guys like that, make sure to hit the like button on that video also. We got, is Sam Bankman-Fried Moon Funds? Do you think it's him, TJ? The intro music's still going on, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I usually leave it for a little bit.
I just don't have the piece in.
I'll turn it off.
I got my
All right.
piece on.
Do I think it's Sam himself? That's a tough one. It seems like that would be the most obvious, stupid choice to make ever. So, like, but so is going on a whole interview tour of spaces and telling everybody, you don't know anything. So, no, I'm going to say no, just because it seems too unlikely, but wouldn't surprise me at this point.
I think it is him. I do. I mean, it's his track record. He just does stupid stuff. This is actually what I've said the whole time, which is I think they let him out to track him.
You think he just thinks he won't get caught, and he's just smart enough to get away with it. I mean, they're moving it through mixers and stuff, and it probably, that's.
Well, I told y'all he's one of the biggest users of Tornado Cash ever.
Yeah. Well, now we're starting to see.
It's very fascinating. We'll get more into this story in a little bit. I want to go check some of these wallets that we have been on the cusp of. Also, Samo token is one that we want to check out as well. Kelly told me to, Kelly, I know you're listening. Kelly told me to hit that 16,700 on my stop loss.
Yeah.
And I freaking got wicked, and then it went all the way down. Like, I would have made like 80% on the trade.
Oh, I was wondering. So
I did 20%. I made 20%. It was a good trade.
Hey, profitable trade. That's what you want.
Very profitable. It's very, very profitable. Okay, let's see what we got today. We're going to be talking about Michael Saylor. They bought more, but they did something they've never done before, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the show going here. I've got something I wanted to make sure I'm off a little early today. Market cap is down today, guys. We're at 22,138 cryptos, 534 exchanges. Breaking is this real?
I've seen this, yeah.
SEC counsel Berkowitz resigns after being found to accepted bribes from SBF. Show me that Gary Gensler bribe. I want to see it. Somebody find that Gary Gensler bribe. I know it's there. That's why this guy's trying to take over crypto. He's trying to strong arm everything. If Berkowitz received bribes from Sam Bankman-Fried, I guarantee you Gary Gensler has. Man, that gets me fired up. That gets me excited right there. We just did the video last night and what did I tell you on that video last night? You guys go and watch that video on Dan Berkowitz. Thank you for that super chat, by the way, with that big announcement. If you go check that video out, what did I say? I said the story they're telling us is BS. There's something more to this, and there is the freaking bribe. Lock them all up. Lock every one of them up. Lock Mark Wetjen up. Lock Gary Gensler up. Lock Dan Berkowitz up. And I can tell you this. Think about this. Big brain move. Now, this is a new charge for Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, this means when they charge him with this, guess what's going to have to be reset? The bond. This is your chance to make it right, Southern District of New York. We are on your tracks there, gentlemans and gentle ladies. We know. You let Bernie Madoff with 100% collateral. You let Martin Shkreli off with 800% collateral. You let Ghislaine Maxwell sit in custody And yet you let Sam Bankman-Fried out. People should be outraged over this at this point. Man, I can't wait to. I want to pull that story up right now.
We need to find it, make sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I've seen a couple tweets, but that's all I've seen.
If there's tweets, then man, that is. Let's see here. Have some news.
Let's see. Josiah Star, do you have a story? Where did you see that? A source?
Yeah. A source? He didn't put the source. He's leaving the SEC. They said that's breaking news. There's breaking on Twitter. Let's see if it's true. Man, I tell you what, I hope it's true. I hope they took bribes because I want to get that freaking guy out of here no matter what. Let's see. What was this? Dan, it's Berko. Is it Berkovitz with a V?
Yeah, VITZ.
Let's see here. See what we can find. Archived. CFTC Berkovitz archived. What was the last?
There's one from, looks like Blocksworks Group here. SEC General Counsel Berkowitz steps down. Details of an upscale Ginner reveal relationship between FTX executives and top U.S. officials. So that's what I had heard. He was going to dinner.
He went to dinner.
So
where's the bribe?
Yeah.
I got to see a bribe here. Top latest.
And this was 5 days ago.
This here says breaking 16 minutes ago. CFTC General Counsel steps down after being found to have accepted bribes. Who is this guy? He's got 84 followers. He's got to be legit. He follows me, though, so he's at least smart. Okay, well.
The one I saw, let's see if I can. One I saw was Marty Party. His 37
Marty Party?
followers. But now, like I said,
well, we'll continue to watch this. We'll continue to watch this, guys, because I definitely believe this says after accepting bribes. A lot of people saying this, but we've got to have actual news on this that says it is absolute bribes. Because there's a big difference between taking somebody out to dinner and bribing somebody, in my opinion. You may disagree with that. I mean, not you, TJ. I'm sure you agree with it, but some people may disagree with that. But man, I tell you what, if this is true, this is absolutely.
I mean, it's true that he stepped down, but
we know he stepped down. We covered it last night.
Yeah, the question is why.
Question is it bribes? The question is it a bribe, or was he promised a position at the SEC? Now, here's what's fascinating. Okay. Let's see if we can, let's do a little bit more research here. Dan Berkovitz accepts SEC role. Let's see. That's 6 days ago. Okay. So here we go. Look at this. SEC taps Dan Berkovitz to serve as general counsel. What is the date on this? September 28, 2021. Oh, do you know what that date is? That was supposed to be the top of Bitcoin. That's why we missed the story. Then you go and you look at the tweet on, what's the site they do tweets at?
X, isn't it called X?
X.com.
Yeah.
Not XXX.com. That's something different, guys. Let's see. Somebody reshared it here. Here it is. What's the date on this? This is October 14th, 2021. That's when that got sent. When is the Washington Examiner dinner? That's what I want to find out. Washington Examiner, SBF, Dan Berkovitz. This is a real life investigation here, guys. What date did this happen?
That's the one with Sam Bankman-Fried in Washington?
Wait. Yeah, Wine and Dine by SBF.
It's October 5th.
October 5th?
That's what this one says.
That happened on October 5th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does this have a date here? October 2021. So this was after he went to the SEC. Isn't this correct?
September 28th and then October, yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. I don't know. Now, he's moving to the SEC and they wine him and dine him. So I thought maybe he got this job based on that, but maybe not.
Maybe they're whining and dining him because he's about to get the job.
Exactly. What is the first what's the first meeting between Gary Gensler and SBF? That's what we need to figure out.
see if we can find it.
Go back up a little bit. Zabadoo, you're fake news. You know what you said? You said we crashed the rupee yesterday. I saw that chat. It was pretty funny. That was a nice one. Bajarki Birgisen, just thinking next news will be SBF makes a suicide in prison, just like Epstein linked to the government. I don't think that's true. Thank you for the other super chat there, Ryan but I will tell you, I had a very interesting conversation last night, and I there's a chance I've been looking at some of this totally wrong. I've been told, right, this is a very small operation with FTX. Now, on FTX, it is a small operation, but there's something bigger afoot in the crypto world with a lot of connections between a lot of big actors that maybe coordinated, and FTX could have been involved in it. So I can't really say more than that at this point. We're piecing some stuff together, but just keep that on your radar. There might be bigger fish in crypto, not necessarily. And I'm not talking about CZ specifically. I know that's what everybody thinks about when I say bigger fish. There's a lot of big entities in crypto that are bigger than just a person, if that makes sense to people. So this involves the entire U.S. government. Wrong. It doesn't involve the entire U.S. government. People think that because politicians got money. Politicians get money from everybody for everything. So I disagree with that. I think this has all to do with the SEC. I think the SEC is the most corrupt organization on the face of the planet, and it will be exposed, and we're doing our part to do that. So, all right, back to the markets. Guys, and don't forget to check out our, we just had 10 of these about just now. Don't forget to check out Operation Bahamas Forever.com. You guys can go check out these ICP NFTs. I think we're going to extend the end date. I think we're going to go maybe to the 6th. Obviously, they've not been selling incredible. They started out very strong out the gate. Guys, this is to support our lawsuit to get FTX people money back. So if you lost money on FTX, this should be something that you're going to want to support because this is a way we're going to help pay people back. So, all right, back to the markets. We got the market cap under 800 billion, 24-hour volume at 30 billion. Sam Watson says, I used to be addicted to heroin, but boy, crypto gave me direction in life. Well, that's awesome, man. The work you do has a greater impact than you will ever know. We look, our big goal for this year was to move from influence to impact. I think nobody would argue that we've done that. Nobody would argue that we have not done that. And we make impacts on people's daily lives. We also make impact, in the world of crypto. So there you go. Appreciate that super chat. 30 billion in volume. So what's interesting is the volume is higher than yesterday, market cap lower. Bitcoin dominance 40.1. We've gone slightly above. No, Frankie's back, I think Friday, Ethereum at 18.3 standing strong, and for a nice even 10 Paraguays units in each transaction. Bitcoin coming in $16,626. The market cap 319 billion. Let's see here. Ethereum now below 1,200, 1193, 146 billion. Let's look at the biggest movers of the day. ICP up 2%, up to $3.94. That's really great. Up 6% for the week. BitDAO has nothing to do with us, obviously. Coming in at 83 cents. And is this the Bybit token?
I'm not sure. I
think it is.
I know it was in a story I was reading yesterday, BitDAO, but I can't remember the context.
Okay. Okay, B, Phantom, Andre Cronje said some stuff yesterday. It's actually down now. Oh, there's like basically no movers. That's why.
Yeah.
Everything's down. ICP holding strong, though. Chain, Terra Classic, Toncoin. Terra Classic still up 20% for the week. Aptos, Solana. It's at $10 now. It's $10. It was 11 yesterday. It's at $10 today. So there you go.
What's crazy to me is it's still $4 billion market cap.
That's insane.
I know. We were looking at
Well, there's just a lot of money wrapped up into it.
Yeah. Well, and some of it, exactly. Some of that might not be real market cap either.
Okay. Here we go. Let's bring Kelly on. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Kelly, you screwed me yesterday, man. You killed me.
I made you to make sure you took profits. I screwed you. Come on, talk to me, baby. You know, the biggest problem most traders have in this space.
Oh, here we go.
They fail to take profits. You know,
they fail
to
take
trader, profits.
Yeah,
you're a great trader. You know, you're in the upper 5% at least by the fact that you took profits on a trade that was winning. Wow. Most people, they get greedy and then they just want to go further and further, and it whipsaws opposite direction, and they end up basically underwater. So
it just sucked
you did the right thing.
because I did not set my stop loss at 16,700 as I told you I would. I set it at 16,710 because I know people, if it's close to that number, they're going to, some of those traders out there are going to try to murk me. So I always give myself a little bit of padding, and man, it went right to that 710 and then right back down. I think it went all the way down to like 16.4 last night. Is that where it went to? It went pretty low.
Yeah, it looks like it bottomed out right here. I'll actually pull it up on the chart. It bottomed out right 16. On one of those first take profit levels that I was telling you about.
Yeah, you sure did.
Which is this level right here, 16.5, basically 16.57. But you know what? I mean, you did the right
Raven Boy
thing.
Crypto says. Raven Boy Crypto says. To be fair, he did say it was not financial advice.
I did say that. And you said, I can give you. But you know what? Everybody, that's the thing. Everybody has to make their own decisions. And no matter what indicators you have, no matter how good your TA is, there's a subjectivity to it, because you could teach somebody every skill, every bit of knowledge you have, but they're not going to be able to apply it in the same way. They're not going to be able to apply it in the same way. There we go. They're not going to be able to apply it in the same way that you do, because everybody has a different risk tolerance, a different time horizon, a different risk exposure, and more than anything, a different sort of level of emotional involvement in those trades. So, you know, I honestly, I think you did the right thing. You took profits, which now on the next trade you said you got about 20% profits, which means now you have 20% more that you can, put into your next trade. And if you do this consistently over time, it doesn't matter if you didn't get the absolute most out of the trade. The fact that you got 20% profits is incredible. And I think a lot of people need to, take that more to heart. I even did a tweet yesterday that asked people.
What site did you do that on?
I did it on Rumble. Of course I did it on the Twatter, and the interesting thing about it was I did this tweet that was 2022 is coming to a close. Considering the top of the last bull market, what are some signs or symbols that you, looking back with Captain Hindsight, we all have, that you did see, the signals that you were seeing in the charts that you ignored, and more than anything, people were ignoring, all of us. Yeah. Ignored a lot of the signs and symbols that were there, whether it be bearish divergences on the total market cap, whether it be on the weekly, whether it be RSI. But one of the other things that was very prevalent in answers was, I failed to take profits. Because and I can't pull it up right now because I don't my login expired. I don't want to do it live on stream. But if you look at people that are larger holders, people that have 1 Bitcoin or more, you see unequivocally a disproportionate amount of profit taking into the strength of the bull run versus people that have less than 1 Bitcoin, smaller retail traders that basically are buying into that bullish pump. And really what they're doing is they're buying the bags that the people taking profits are letting go of. So really great. And I'll put up some charts tomorrow on the or later today on the BitLab Academy Twitter, which is at Academy BitLab on Twitter. And basically just showing some of these on-chain charts, because one of the things about on-chain charts people really fail to grasp is that on-chain charts are not a signal that give you an absolute top or an absolute bottom. They're charts that give you fundamental data about what's happening within the space. And one of the most actionable things I've seen with on-chain data is what different wallet sizes are doing at different portions of the market. Because larger holders, smart money, institutional investors, larger wallets, they take profits into the strength of that bull run. And then as the market falls, once we get down, to the levels like I showed yesterday or the day before, when you're below long-term holder cost basis and short-term holder cost basis, that means this is a good opportunity to maybe not immediately buy, but start finding your entries. But before rather than getting into all that, let's go ahead and jump into the charts and see what we're seeing now.
You broke the chat with your Grindr comment. You broke the chat. There's so many funny chats. They say the liquidity is high on Grindr.
Oh,
what they say.
You know what? The interesting thing is, I don't know if we've said it here on stream, but we did a massive data report, just trying to really understand our audience.
This is true.
And one of the go ahead and tell them what one of the data points that we
one of the key points is we have a much lower download rate for our audience for Grindr than other YouTube channels.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually true. It's 100% accurate. That's not a lie. I'm not making that up or saying that. We have a much lower down. Look, we support we support. We're not saying anything, but that is a stat that came up in our audience. It's very interesting. So,
all right,
but because it's all the people here that work here that are downloading it, like Kelly. All right, Kelly, let's get in the charts.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, first thing I want to pull up, because our dear friend Frankie, if anybody doesn't know, is in the calf hospital, just really reviving those calves and making sure, because he does so much work things. But without him here, we haven't, since I've been on this week, we haven't really talked about the VRVP or the VPVR, same different acronym, different order of words. But I'm going to go ahead and hide all the lines here. And what I really want to notice here, and I mentioned this before with the BitLab hidden volume indicator, volume is an incredible tool, not only to see if a pump or a drop is going to be sustained, but also where key levels are that we can look at just looking at tops and bottom. But let's look at exactly where there's been high volume on the chart, over the past. And right now I have it back to April of 2019. And this is that pump right here, which I have mentioned. This large pump all the way up to 14 is something I do think we're going to get similarly here in 2023.
Yes, I said the same thing.
Right.
I believe.
But right now, where we're at right now, not looking at any patterns, not looking at any other TA, just looking at volume, we're sitting right now in a very precarious sort of situation that level doesn't hold. I'm going to play bear first, and then we can go back to a little bit of hopium, because it's always important to look at both sides, not just the side that you're biased or hopeful for. So looking at this right here, we have this small little volume node that we're literally sitting on the edge of, but below this we have basically nothing, just shrinking volume all the way down. This, I wouldn't even consider this node because it's so small, all the way down to about $11,700, about $12,000. So if this level doesn't hold, just considering volume, this is the level that I'd be looking at. And then, of course, the point of control on this time period is around $9,000. And this is one of the reasons, not even considering these previous price peaks, this level is one of the reasons why so many people, so many analysts are citing the $9,000 to $12,000 range, because it's giant shelf that we're looking at right here. Now, when we bring up the actual lines on the chart, we could see that this is at 14,000 peak. Okay. Then we have the $12,000 peak, which is right here, which is in the middle of this dip in volume. So I would actually not even really consider this as a strong threshold if we were to fall. Looking right here at this threshold, if we were to fall through this is sort of a weak threshold because of the volume. This 10.6, if we lose this lower trend line right here, this $10,600 is the level that I would look at for at least a strong pause. So I very likely, even though we've said that we are very much in a bottom region, if we do get a down wick or a scary few days, that this level right here is a level that I'd really specifically be watching. Now, if we push up, we have to consider this sort of intermediary trend right here, which is this massive sort of trend line that has shown a lot of interaction with price, both resistance and support, coming all the way back to August 2021. And so this is a very large sort of trend line. And this level is right at about $19,200, which also aligns with where this price level is right here with this interactivity of price action. Now, going into zooming in a bit to looking at the BitLab indicators, market intelligence, hidden volume, relative extrema, and significant movement, I'm going to come down from the 3-day and come down into the 4-hour. Now, one of the reasons why I was suggesting, let me actually come down to the 1 hour, suggesting yesterday that if you were to push up into this area that you should take profit, is because we have this gray area here. There's a flat volume. There was no volume that really pushed up into that level. So if this price action was pushing up and volume was really getting behind that, and we are getting any other sort of signal to suggest that would continue, then that would be something that you would sort of negate that stop loss that you pushed. But we didn't have consensus between indicators, which is important. Now, looking right here where we just dropped very precipitously today, I was studying my SAT words before this stream, as you can tell. we could see that this level, why did I pick this level? Well, we could see previous price action right here, this dip. This is why I selected this level. And what happens right here, we get 1, 2, 3 sort of bounces on this. Now, this is starting to indicate a little bit of weakness on this level because we have tested this, but this is looking like a broadening wedge right here. And just a little trading view tip for people, which I'm doing an entire video on quick tips and sort of trading view hacks in BitLab Academy. But rather than coming over here to this bar, you can do on Mac, you can do option. And I think on PC, it's option 2. It might be alt, but you press that in T, and that gives you the ability to draw your trend lines. And we're getting a broadening wedge right here. So right now, because this is a symmetrical broadening wedge, I would say it's leaning bearish because this is pushing into the EMA ribbon and it's coming from downward price action. But this actually could be a bit more neutral because it's symmetrical, meaning it's going sideways. It's not angled to the downside or to the upside. So we're starting to see a little bit more neutrality, not so much absolute downside.
We got some extrema to the downside.
That was the next thing I was going to point out right here. You can see, we see this yellow wave right here, and this is coming way to the downside. And the next thing I would be looking for here, though, is for this gray area to start forming this bluish wave. Because if I can see it even more if I go to the 4-hour. Every time we get this bluish wave is when we get a bounce. Bluish wave, bounce. Bluish wave, bounce. Bluish wave, bounce. And this is because this is highlighting when we're getting very, very oversold signals on stochastics, on RSI, on momentum, on money flow, all these different things that are indicating that there's actually a bullish floor being formed that could likely indicate a bounce. So looking at this, now coming back to the 1-hour, we want to find this bluish wave in conjunction with this extrema and maybe a bit of increase right here with the hidden volume. Now, this is kind of what I'm seeing right now on Bitcoin. Now, if this were to fall, the next level I'd really be looking for is 16.3 or 16,000, and 16,000 being a bit more important than this 16.3. But with that being said, I do want to, we've been really focusing on Bitcoin. I do just want to peek at
I just went long, Kelly. I just went long.
Now,
I just went long.
Set your stop loss.
That's what I'm doing.
Set your stop loss.
I said it very tight. I said it very tight. I'm going to tell people what happened.
And you know what? To that point, so many people, and you've mentioned this before, and a lot of people have mentioned this, people get so worried about being wicked out on a stop loss. I would rather be wicked out on a stop loss regularly and consistently have capital staying in my account so I have that dry powder to put into trades and always just hoping and wishing on every trade that it's just going to continue.
I would have been liquidated last week on a trade if I didn't have my stop loss. There would have been one trade that I would have got liquidated on. So now this is within the BitLab Academy Discord that we have. I posted the other day, this was the 26th, 2 days ago, this chart with Cardano, which, it's pushing bullish. And I basically said, we've got, this red is the inverse of the blue. This red is saying that there's a local trend top forming. And this coupled with this MACD, stochastics, and relative extrema bearish divergence, I was saying, okay, although this is pushing up, this for me would be either an indication to short or to get out of my long, because this is likely how it's going to play out. And then this is look at that, exactly as predicted. Exactly as Kelly predicted. Well, Kelly, we got to wrap up here. We got to move on to the news here. We've given you too much time, Kelly. You have one last thing. I'm sorry,
I'll just say,
don't take
protect your profits. No, it's absolutely okay, man. There's 6 hours worth of stuff I could share here, so it's okay to cut me off. I always love being here. I appreciate it. Oh, I do want to say before I go, this is what I wanted to say. Everybody make sure to go into bitlabacademy.com. We do have an insiders club here, which I'm sending out.
We have a code, right? A 15% off code?
Yeah, there's a code, BitSquad15, all lowercase, BitSquad15. You get 15% off everything, the courses and all the indicators. And I also do a weekly newsletter sending out some signals from the indicators and other stuff. So that's all I got to say. Everybody, protect your profits, make good trades, wait for the trades to come to you, be patient, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful week and a happy holiday.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. We'll catch you later. See you. Bye. And guys, Frank is just out of town. Frank's on vacation. He'll be back. So don't worry about Frank. A lot of people love Kelly, though. A lot of people love Kelly. So, all right. Frank was let go for shilling Loon C. Was he saying it would have been a good trade? It might have been a good trade. Look, these traders are assassins. I mean, if they might want to go into Solana at some point, we're not going to go into Solana in a portfolio, but look, the charts are the charts. They are what they are. Okay, move on here. We got Twitter Buzz.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, let's dance. Do we have Twitter Buzz?
I think so.
Twitter Buzz. Twitter Buzz.
There it is.
Twitter Buzz. There it is. Marty Party says breaking SEC counsel Berkovitz. It's with a V, I believe, not a W. Resigns after being found to accepted bribes from SBF_FTX. So there you go. There's the news. This is what we're basing this on. How many followers does Marty Party have?
Oh shoot.
Oh,
He had like 33K.
oh, he's legit then.
Yeah.
Is there an amount of followers that makes somebody legit? When you look at somebody's account, what's the number? And you're like, oh, this person's,
20K, 30K.
20, 30K. Okay. Yeah. I'd say, yeah, I'm about in that same range. For me, really, 100K is kind of like, okay, this guy's got 100K. A lot of these people buy their followers, so be careful about that. Maxim Jacobs, he works at Chick-fil-A. He says, wow, Tesla down 40% in the last month. Brutal. Cool. They're fast cars. Everybody likes a fast bumper car. Everybody likes a fast roller coaster. Likes a fast Tesla. Look, I'll tell you this. I've turned on Elon Musk. He's fine with me. I ain't never turn it on Tesla. I ain't going to own one. Not going to own one. There we go. If he sends me a Cybertruck,
we'll see.
We'll see. Rick Burton, I prefer Twitter over Instagram because my thoughts are better than my abs. Well, speak for yourself, Rick. Speak for yourself, Rick. Okay, we like Twitter and Instagram. We like all of it. We like TikTok. We like everything. I would say don't put a lot of time into building a TikTok account because they can just take it overnight and never give it to you for no reason. So we're, much more leaning towards YouTube Shorts these days. Obviously, we do live stream on TikTok. Thank you to all the YouTube or all the TikTok viewers. But it is what it is. So how aren't you demonetized because of that Twitter Buzz music? We created that song.
Yeah.
That's our song, correct?
Yeah, BJ and Drew.
BJ and Drew made that song, Twitter Buzz.
That's
we made
Drew
it.
singing it. Yeah.
Is that Drew?
Yeah.
That's really Drew singing that?
Yeah.
He's a good freaking singer.
He used to be a lead singer.
Oh, he was. He was in a freaking band.
A
I
metal
forgot
band.
about that.
Yeah.
Man, he really can sing. Wow. Awesome. I did see somebody say they made a 30% ETH trade because of our indicators. Guys, you want to get in on these indicators with BitLab Academy because we're only going to add to them. There's only going to be more. So we're going to end up with a lot more that are going to, we're going to come up with all kinds of unique proprietary methods that we can use these different indicators to reach stuff like that. So, all right. Bitcoin Bear is well positioned for Friday's $2.5 billion options expiry. This would be the biggest one of the year, right? Because it's the end of the year, end of the quarter, end of the month.
Yeah, that was something I was going to mention when you and Kelly were on. I was reading an article about that. Obviously, there's some levels that favor the Bears pretty heavily if they can keep it in this 16 to basically under 18K before the end of the year. But then we might see after the 30th, get that positive move up, which would be nice. But still heavily favors the Bears, 16K range, 17K range by the 30th.
Ryan Winter says, in regards to smart crypto regulation, is it realistic to push for open and transparent CBDC, where we the people would be able to track government spending? I don't think they're going to like that, but these are the types of things that we will be pushing for. So
yeah, it's realistic to push for it.
Yeah, I think it's realistic. I will tell you what I've been told on my fight against CBDCs, fight for regulation around CBDCs, is this is something that we can do. We can do this because basically the way we position this is any politician that speaks out against the way that we want CBDCs to run, they're automatically evil. They're automatically evil if they're against what we want. What we want is to be able to prevent people from getting freezes on their accounts to spend their own money. Why would you be for that? Why would you be for that? If someone is in custody, if someone's under arrest, okay, I can live with that. If someone's under arrest, you freeze their accounts. Got it. Okay. Outside of that, nope. And it's until proven guilty. Every person out there. And I don't think that, look, what are they going to do? If you have a felony, you can only spend 60% of your money or something like that. Like, who knows what they'll do? So if people push back against this, they're evil, period. And that's the way we position this going forward. I believe, if you want my prediction for CBDCs in the United States, I believe we're going to win this fight initially. And then I think over time, they're going to give in to all our demands. And then over time, they're going to pull them back slowly until they get what they want. I think that's probably what we're going to see. So, okay. All right, moving on here. Bitcoin price targets for 2023 are in, and they are grim. Brace for a 50% fall. After an abysmal year, analysts are making their best guess for where the largest crypto is heading in 2023. I tell you what a great video idea is. Can you mark this down? Because I think this is a great video idea. We go back to December, January, and February of 2018 to 2019, and we find articles saying it was going to go to $1,000 or whatever. I think that would be really good. So
when?
Why freeze at arrest? Okay, freeze arrest. You're right there, Sveti. I mean, look, you're right. Till after they're officially charged, whatever. In prison, maybe. Better way to say that. What did you say, TJ?
You said December, January, February?
Yeah, December 18 to February, or even to March. That's when things pop back up. So to March 2019. Let's see here. Let's see what these numbers are saying. These people are saying. The BitBank analyst targeting Bitcoin at a wide range for 2023. Prices fall more than 50%. January price ranges being anywhere from $8,000 to $25,000. I actually agree with this. I think that's a possible range. I agree. Just in, China is set to launch the first regulated NFT platform on January 1st. Guys, they're not real NFTs. They're not going to be real NFTs, I don't believe. If I remember correctly, the story that was going to push that. So, let's see. Possible rate cuts, blah, 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 blah. 13,900. That 13,900, this is interesting. This was the 2019 high. That would be interesting if it went down to there. Crypto traders still hoping for us. Yeah, nobody wants Santa Claus rally. That's stupid. Bitcoin charity event to kick off January 1st through 10th in honor of Hal Finney. And woo! Do I have some Satoshi Nakamoto information? I'm not going to tell it to you, but I've been learning a lot of things over the last few days. A lot of things. It's making me rethink a lot of my theories about who Satoshi is. That's what I'll tell you. And no, I don't think it's Craig Wright. Okay. Just want to don't want anybody to be like, oh, these people had this big long thread on your tweet about Craig Wright being Satoshi. I'd never say he's Satoshi. I don't believe he's Satoshi. And I think I've missed out on a big candidate, is what I'll say. I can't really say more than that, but I got to keep my sources. But anyways, Bitcoin charity event to kick off January 1st through 10th. Hal Finney definitely involved in Bitcoin at some point. Fran Finney, the widow of Hal Finney, recently surprised the Bitcoin community by announcing on Twitter she will be hosting a charity half marathon in his honor. When is this? I have to go run this. Purpose of running Bitcoin event is to raise funds for research. Maybe I'll run into Corey Klippenstein here. Maybe we can race.
Yeah,
and maybe we can fight afterwards.
Pretty sure he's a runner.
Is he?
Yeah.
He looks like a freaking runner. No offense to runners. He looks like a runner. Man, never lifted a weight in his life. We really got into it yesterday. I don't know if you saw. Oh, we really got it. We got into it in DMs afterwards too. He is an SOB. I'll tell you that. He is the lowest of the low in this community for 100%. He's the bottom. You want to know who the bottom is? In more ways than one, it's Corey Klippenstein. He's Gary Gensler's bottom. They say that's what they say. Anyways, do they have a date on this? I'd like to go running this.
I'm sure there's a date.
Surely it's got to be the spring, right? Oh, no, I can't do this. It's between January 1st and January 10th. Oh, they say Solama is dead. Eddie Parrott says Solama is dead. Very sad, Solama. Salam alaikum. What does that mean? Do you know what that means?
No.
I don't either. I hope it doesn't mean anything bad. I have no idea what it means. I just filmed a Solana is dead video, by the way, for you guys. So you guys can check that out. That's Solana, different than Solama. Solama definitely dead. Solana hanging on by a thread. Yeah, so this is good. I'm not going to be running this. It's between the 1st and the 10th. Is this a remote thing too?
No, I don't think so.
The event is called Half Marathon Event. I bet it is. To run a half marathon distance. Yeah, this is not a real half marathon. I'd be interested in going to an actual Bitcoin half marathon. Do you remember the decentralized 5K?
I don't.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, man. God. You were around for that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like a decentralized 5K, and like everybody on crypto Twitter was like running 5K for that day or whatever. And I know so many people that said they did it that didn't really do it.
Yeah,
I know that. So, all right, okay, here we go. Moving on. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy adds another 2,500 Bitcoin for you want to talk about a confusing story here?
Yeah,
adds another 2,500 Bitcoin for nearly 45 million. Alongside the purchase, the company sold a small amount of Bitcoin for the first time. Now, why would that be? KuCoin's delisting Solana tomorrow. Is that real? Can you try to confirm that, TJ?
I'll look. Yeah.
Technology company MicroStrategy has added to its Bitcoin stockpile, purchasing approximately 2,395 Bitcoin for 42.8 million in cash between November 1st and December 21st through its MacroStrategy subsidiary. Your thoughts on the tweet from last year? Brad Garlinghouse randomly liked yesterday. Is he hinting? Also, Schwartz is your Satoshi theory, isn't he? It is not David Schwartz. You're incorrect. I don't know what to read into that tweet. Oh, it means peace be all. Shalom al. I don't even know how to say that. I'm not even going to try, but peace be to you. MicroStrategy shares are up marginally in pre-market action, just short of 16,007. Okay, so they bought 13. Okay, company acquired an additional 810 for 13.6 million. Do you think that they cashed out for real cash and they bought these Bitcoin with somebody else's money?
You mean like raised more funds to make this purchase?
Something.
Could have, but
it doesn't make, none of this makes sense.
Unless it was a tax loss harvesting.
Yeah, but then why would they buy at the end of the year? Well, because you don't have to. Okay, that makes sense.
They're selling their old coins that they bought at a high price that they can take a loss on, and then get a new entry at this price to set up. Now they're gonna have to pay more gains in the future, but they're slowly lowering their entry, their entry position and getting rid of old coins. So they're taking the tax loss this year.
I guess the guy that put that link in there, I guess that's
I haven't seen anything about KuCoin.
Okay. Gemini's getting sued, they say.
I have seen that class action lawsuit against. I think it's more against the Winklevoss twins from what I've seen.
Over interest. Yeah, both. I mean, you named both. You named the people and the company. Over interest accounts. I mean, this is their lending platform, their earn platform.
Yeah, that broke yesterday. I thought maybe not, but
this is really fascinating. Well, you know what? This is probably going to happen. They're probably going to end up losing this case. I would think they're going to have to settle here. Because do you want to know why we haven't seen all these lawsuits go through on all these others? Because they all filed Chapter 11. Gemini hasn't filed bankruptcy, and they're probably not going to file bankruptcy. No. So that means a class action lawsuit is fair game against them.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be very fascinating to continue to watch. 60% of our audience said they liked the Winklevoss, or was it 70?
It was 65, something like
65% that. 65% of our audience, they like the Winklevoss twins. So what about Mark Cuban? Can you put that in? I want to see what people think about Mark Cuban. I want to see, do you think Mark Cuban is good for crypto? That's what I want to know. And we're going to check this out. And we live by this. We're like Carl from the moon, who he's giving away his Twitter account at the end of the year. Guys, there's no way he's giving that Twitter account away. I don't know if y'all have been following that. There's no way he's doing that. That Twitter account is probably worth $20 million. Wouldn't you say so?
Within the right hands, maybe.
In the right hands. But if somebody bought it, then it's not him, and then it's, it loses value. So maybe not actually, but that's a very, very expensive Twitter account he's got there. So he's not giving that thing away.
He'll very expensive
give it to
bet
a friend who will give it back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, what did he say? Bitcoin was going to hit 100K by the end of the year. Yeah. He gives his account away.
Which we said it wouldn't.
Maybe he should give it to us.
Carl was of the opinion that Bitcoin, the rally, the bull market was going to continue into this year, like a lot of people had. We told you last year that wasn't true. Now, look, if I'm being completely intellectually honest, we held on to hope for the lengthening cycle theory. We held on to hope that maybe Carl was right. We held on too long. In April, we called this a bear market officially. January, we started putting out the first hints that, we think bull market's probably over. We said Bitcoin could go below 20,000. People assassinated us over it for saying it go below 20. Okay. But we told you this bear market was coming, guys. And that's why I got to stand by what I believe. I believe we have bottomed. It's not 100%. I can't guarantee it. But I believe the same way the bull market did not continue into this year, I don't believe the bear market's going to continue into next year either. I think we are going to see. Now, look, what's bull, what's bear. Technically, when you hit a bottom, it's bull market. Following that, we call this crab market, sideways market, accumulation market for the next year. But yeah, I don't think we're seeing another great, downswing. So 56%. It's interesting people have a better opinion of the Winklevoss twins and Mark Cuban.
Well, they've been in crypto a lot longer. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, they added a lot of legitimacy. They did a lot of investing. They built an exchange versus, coming in and getting into some DeFi product. I'm not nothing to, again, not bashing Mark Cuban, but he hasn't done as much for crypto for sure.
Yeah. Didn't Carl call Bitcoin over 1 million this year? He called it over 1 million in 5 years, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So we have a bet over 1 Bitcoin on that. So I said it won't happen. He said it would. I think I'm winning. I think I'm winning, guys. Kathy Wood up 2.7 million in Tesla on day. Shares crash 11.4%. Also adds this Bitcoin related stock. Let's see what she had. We're supposed to have Kathy Woods on the channel for an interview, I think.
Maybe potentially, yeah.
Well, you've been talking to a guy about this? Is it the guy that I sent to you?
I don't think so.
Really? Because I got another guy too. Oh, yeah, you're right. I know who you're talking about now. No, I have a whole different source for this. So I think we'll get Kathy Woods on the channel at some point, probably soon. We'll see what happens. Funny, he thinks the bottom is in. How come whales are selling to retail? People are tax loss harvesting, dummy. Do you not know that right now? Have you not figured that out? It's the last week of the year. There are times you have to read into the numbers differently, and you have to have a real brain to be able to understand that. And I don't understand people that don't have brains.
Well,
like the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz didn't have a brain. That's some of y'all moving like a straw man out here. Go ahead, TJ.
Well, I was going to say, whale selling to retail. We literally just covered a story of MacroStrategy buying 2,500. And then what is the story right here? Kathy Woods going heavy into stocks. So
yes, into stocks and into a Bitcoin-related stock.
Right. It's whales accumulating, not selling to retail.
Yeah, guys. Oh my gosh. What is this? What's the one that she's talking about that's crypto related here? Is this the one? EV Maker? Why is this article so stupid? Why is this article so hard to read? I mean, look at this. What is this? Let's see. Oh, Coinbase. There you go. That's the stock on Coinbase.
Probably good time to buy.
Didn't they load up on this a while back though?
They've been loading up all the way down on Coinbase, like Saylor has been on Bitcoin.
Come on. Okay, that's a fair point. Who's that guy that made the fair point up there? Scroll up. I'll give him credit. G Life. That's a fair point. I'll take that. Look, I'm not perfect. I'm just as dumb as some of y'all sometimes. Most of the time I'm smarter than y'all. Okay. Look, we love our audience. We have a very smart audience. Guys, you love it when I rant and I call people out. That's why we do it. It's not because I really think some of y'all are stupid, but some of y'all are really dumb. Cardano can now be staked on Apple devices via this integration. Cardano's native token ADA has become available for staking on Apple devices that use the iOS operating system. What Apple device does not use the iOS operating system? I think that's a better question. In particular, the innovation has been implemented through the functionality of Trust Wallet, a non-custodial hot wallet for storing crypto assets. We love Trust Wallet. Initially, such a feature was only available in Trust Wallet on devices supporting the Android operating system. The minimum amount that can be staked is 4 ADA. Tokens and rewards for staking will automatically be restaked at the end of each epoch, as is customary on Cardano. What is more, the functionality allows you to choose your own validator pool, which Cardano has currently more than 2,700. Currently, the number of Cardano tokens in staking is 25 billion ADA, or 72% of the total supply, which is really fascinating because, so much of this is staked, and yet it's down 92%.
Yep.
So, what does that say? A lot of whales out there moving stuff around. So there you go. Chris Bowser, excuse me, one of the main enemies of Mario Brothers and Mario Luigi, stealer of Princess Peach, or what was the original princess's name?
The original
just Princess?
I didn't do
that. Princess Daisy, Princess Peach. Who's the original princess?
I don't know.
Just Princess, I think. That's what you called her. Pretty good with her on Mario Kart. Yoshi and Princess were about the same character. VeChain or the graph, pick one. I know you're saying wait on alts, but I'm stubborn. I'm going VeChain over graph. I look.
Yep.
I actually today in your 3 o'clock video, you're getting my thoughts on XRP and the WEF. You're getting my thoughts on XRP as the centralized bankers coin. These are the things that people push back on against XRP. So if you're in the XRP army, you're definitely going to watch that video at 3. I think it's a great video for you to show your friends. And I give a lot of very interesting points on that video for you guys to understand why I do support XRP. I don't know. The title, I'm thinking like, sell. I'm not going to say sell your XRP. That's a terrible title. They'll kill me over that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a clickbait title. We'll see. I don't know. But the point is, it's going to be why I do support XRP. And in that video, I bring up VeChain. I say, look, we got out of VeChain because we were trying to pick a 20th coin in our portfolio and remove all the rest. It was a deciding factor. The philosophy, the CCP, all that stuff behind VeChain. It was a factor. It wasn't the main reason why we didn't have it in there. And I never said we would not go back into VeChain eventually if things change. I actually said that we could. I still think VeChain's a powerful coin. And the graph is a little more speculative. This happens in bull runs. You get super excited about these coins, and then you kind of be like, you know what? Is this as big as we like? Is the graph really going to be the blockchain explorer that we think it is? We don't know. I thought Neo was going to be the number 2 overall coin in 2017, right? See how dumb I look for that one. To be fair, a lot of people thought that at that time. So same thing. A lot of people thought about Solana.
Mm-hmm.
So things change drastically. I'm not saying I'm out on the graph. I'm saying I would rather pick VeChain. It's got more history. I have a hot wallet on a phone with no service and only get service when I connect it to Wi-Fi. Is it now a cold wallet or there's still a difference?
Pretty much.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, that kind of fits the description.
Close enough. I mean, generally, they're going to say, like, if you want a true cold wallet, it's something that's never, they like things that are never, never connected to the internet. That'd be more like a hot wallet where it's like you connect it, it becomes hot. When it's unconnected, it's not. But yeah, that's a pretty decent way to do it. And you can use it as a kind of a hardware wallet-ish with a cell phone that's not connected to the internet.
XRP isn't even built on blockchain. What does that even mean? What do you think the XRPL is? Some of these comments I don't understand. 54% agree with Mark Cuban. Think he's good for crypto. So, okay. Well, Mark, we're going to let you stay. Put a Kevin O'Leary one up. I want to see what people say about Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary interview on the channel, you think?
If possible, we're going to reach out.
Maybe. Do you think he can handle me? Do you think he can handle me? I don't think he could. I'm more than invite Kevin O'Leary to come on the chat, but we're gonna have hard questions.
Yeah,
we want to talk about hard stuff. I will not talk about the deaths. We won't bring that up. I'll be fair to him there. Okay, all right. Charles Hoskinson says he will run $1 million per ADA. No, he didn't say that. $1 million worth of ADA experiment with new Cardano wallet to test security. Wow. Okay. Cardano co-founder Charles Hoskinson says he's willing to bet on an upcoming security feature for the new Lace wallet. Hodgson says in a new YouTube update that it's extraordinary to him that what happened with the recent hack on password management firm LastPass. The results of this poll, I'll tell you, they better be no. Cardano co-creator says it's a shame that pretty good privacy PGP and encryption program isn't a standard. You know what I've really been thinking a lot about? Casino Doggy says don't give O'Leary airtime. I'll give him airtime. We'll get answers to the questions. That's what we'll get. It's beneficial. I wouldn't be doing it because I care about having him on the channel for cloud. I don't need cloud, guys. I mean, look where we're at. I want answers to questions. I want direct answers to questions. I've actually, before I flame people on Twitter, a lot of times I contact them directly through text message or DM, and I ask them questions, try to get a conversation going, and they don't respond. And that's on them. That's not on me. Tell me about this, TJ. I want to know, what are your thoughts on this? When it comes to Cardano, are we not seeing kind of the exact same thing right now that we saw in the bear market with Cardano?
As far as what?
It's just like fading out of relevance, starting to slip a little bit in CoinMarketCap. Charles is being vilified. People are saying it what's built on it. It just feels because there's not been a massive Cardano story in a while.
No. Basically since the smart contracts came, they got some NFTs, and that's basically, I mean, they've got projects and some development happening on it, but yeah, it does feel very similar to, it was hot, and then fades away. I mean, I think what we're going to experience a lot in 2023 is the boredom cycle, where even when you do
Yep.
hear news and somebody, something happens development wise, partnership wise, nothing happens to the price, and people just get bored out of their mind.
Yeah, absolutely. People said all he will do is lie. I'll hold him accountable on those lies. That's the difference between me and other people when we're questioning is people will just accept a face value answer, and I won't accept a face value answer. I won't accept it. I'll get down to the core of what I know. And so, yeah, people, that's why SBF will never do an interview with me, because he knows where I'll take it. CoffeeZilla does a pretty good job with that as well. You have to pin them down to get the answers to the questions. If you want to throw softballs, then you know what? Go join an adult men's softball league. I do that too. If I want to throw a softball, that's where I go to throw one. I'm not throwing one in this studio. Sam Bankman-Fried will face judge who presided over Trump and Kevin Spacey. Oh my gosh, is SBF going to get his cojones grabbed? That's really interesting. Well, I guess it was a house of cards. Am I right?
Yeah. That was a good one.
Should I be a comedian? Next poll. 87% of people say no. Kevin O'Leary's not good for crypto. So at least our messages are. You know what? We've been kind of wishy-washy on Mark Cuban. I've said good things. I've said bad things. We've been wishy-washy about the Winklevoss twins. So I think the polls kind of reflect that. It's Crypto Savvy with his daily $20 super chat that I'm growing my Bitcoin stack with. There's a good. Actually, that's not true. We give away all of our super chat money. That's the real joke of all of it, Crypto Savvy. There's a good chance Bitcoin doesn't see 20K again until 2024. There's also a great chance Ben will have to bow in 2023. We'll see what happens. I'm not ruling it out. Other super chat, FTX equals fraud trading exchange has been the name from the very beginning. Just like, so anal? Is that the Solana acronym or whatever?
Oh,
so
yeah.
anal. U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan replaced his colleague, Ronnie Abrams, on Monday after Abrams recused herself due to a potential conflict of interest. I hear this is a Clinton judge. What I hear, I don't even know what that means. I guess Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton, what do you say when they not nominated
Appointed?
a judge? Appointed a judge. Thank you for that. These super chats, man, I'll tell you what. 78-year-old has been described by the media as having a no-nonsense style and is known for quick decisions. He's also no stranger to the crypto world. He oversaw the first federal Bitcoin securities fraud prosecution. Interesting. Look at that. What?
He's getting skinnier and skinnier.
Man, I tell you, he just gets better looking over time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you, he looked horrible in court. Like, he looked horrible. Like, it's hard for me to put into words the pathetic man that I saw in front of me. It really is. And I'm not saying that to demean him. I'm not saying that like, oh, he's just a little bitty man. I'm saying he looked pitiful in court. He was disheveled. He looked like he hadn't taken a shower in 3 weeks, which he probably hadn't. I don't know. He was, shaking. He was doing his hands like this. He fell asleep one time. He was slumped over like this. They had to tell him to stand up. Like, he looked horrible in jail or in court. John Ray, who new FTX CEO John Ray III, paid, by the way, by customer funds, which is unbelievable. Thank you to Via's Kitchen for the super chat. Who handled Enron's bankruptcy proceedings, said that even with his extensive experience, the FTX has been shocking, claiming it's a very small group of grossly inexperienced and unsophisticated individuals that led to its collapse. Now, I'll tell you this. I'm not saying anything bad about John Ray because he's paid with customer funds. I'm just telling you that's a fact. But it's very interesting because this is exactly what I've been telling you guys. This was an unsophisticated operation. There's a very small number of people involved in this. Now, that
was pretty good.
Okay, iHorse. What is iHorse? I don't know. That's pretty funny. Okay, he's in here shilling CDs, the CD coin, and he hits me with the CDs nuts joke. Okay, I'm glad we didn't ban him. That was good. Congratulations. You got me. You kind of like Greg. Greg gets me a lot. I like Greg, though.
I like Greg.
Do you like Greg?
Yeah, I love that account. Yeah.
I don't know if Greg likes me. I don't know if some of these people like me, but I like some of them. So it is what it is. Okay, so there you go. Wait, what's up with Kevin Spacey? What did it say with Kevin Spacey?
That's it. Just got him in the title.
He presided over a civil lawsuit against actor Kevin Spacey for an alleged unwanted sexual advance. Now, how could you as a man have an unwanted sexual advance from Kevin Spacey? I digress. They say he would just walk up to people on set and just grab their nuts. Like, what?
I have no idea.
What do you do, though? You know the story. Somebody tried to do that to me one time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hit him. But I was very nervous about it because the guy was very flamboyant. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit him? Then it's a hate crime. And TJ was right there the entire time. You were getting interviewed.
Yeah.
This was back in 2018, maybe 2019. It was a sketchy guy. I saw him at another conference too, by the way. He's a very sketchy individual. But you know what? I've always said, like, somebody walks up and does this to you, you're going to whatever. But you know what? A lot of stuff goes through your mind. Now, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
I moved away. But my first thought was, I want to hit this guy. It's no win. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit a 140-pound twig and go to jail over it?
Yeah.
And they're going to call it a hate crime? How is that for me? So I just avoided the situation.
That's like the new meme of, you know, like this guy walks up and smacks your girl's butt. What do you do? It's like this guy walks up and grabs your balls. What do you do?
Now, he did. Now, if there would have been physical contact, it would have been probably a different story.
Yeah.
But it was straight up. Yeah, it was very sketchy. I did not like it. Ben, you would be defending yourself. If you saw this man compared to me, there's no way someone would think I have to defend myself against this guy. I'm just telling you how it would have played out. And I was actually smart enough to think about that at the time. Brecky was right there too. Brecky was right there. You were right there. Brian Emery was right there. There was an interview going on, literally. And we're in the background. I'm ready. You know what I was wearing? I was wearing the BitBoy suit.
That's why.
The spandex gets them every time. Yo, somebody find my BitBoy costume. There's one picture of it on my Instagram.
I'm sure that guy's got a picture.
Oh, I'm sure he's got it. He hasn't left his brain since he saw it, you know? And I was big back then. I don't know about contemplating hate crimes. No, you have to contemplate the person you're fighting. If it goes south and you kill this person, what are people going to think? And so I think it is smart to contemplate that in today's society. I wish you didn't have to. Crypto Sauce, can you chill, bro? Can you chill on that, bro? Can you chill?
$50
yeah.
is $50, you know?
Well, you know. Now, I tell you, if there was a witness, it would have been different, but they were engaged in an interview. It was just me and this other guy in this big conference room at the, what hotel was that at? It was at the, it was the second one, right? No, it was the first one.
No, it was not, is it the Omni or the
Cosmo was where the second one was. Ben, you doing 100,000 crypto DCA challenge? Can I come on around the block?
It was a big one. It was a
Who is
big
that?
newer
Is that
hotel.
Scroll up a little bit. Stackmaster, send an email to atbshow@bitboycrypto.com. Are we going to keep that at bitboycrypto.com?
Might as well.
Might as well. Guys, if you're not following the New Around the Blockchain channel, make sure you're doing that. If you go here to BitBoy Crypto on YouTube, scroll down to channels, make sure you're subscribed to the Around the Blockchain. Around the Blockchain is leaving BitBoy Crypto channel and becoming its own channel. It's still ours. We still own it. It's still the same host, same great guests. But it is going to be something different, though.
It's going to be on its own channel starting next week.
January
week,
2nd, on the 2nd.
January 3rd, I guess, right?
Well, we're not doing it on the 2nd, actually.
Right, so it'll be January 3rd.
January 3rd, yeah. No Around the Blockchain this week, so.
Really?
BitBoy Cruise advertisement says his eyes are up here. Now everyone will be grabbing his butt. It wasn't my butt the guy was trying to grab. No, I'll tell you that. No. It was not my butt. Okay. The show's gone way off the rails. I can't believe I told that story. You know, Quinn, who cares? It's holiday season, guys. We only got our great people here anyways. Quinn was with me at a conference, and that guy showed up at that conference. And you know Quinn.
He's going to say something.
Quinn was trying drama. He wanted drama between me. He's like, bro, we should go over there. And I was like, nah, Quinn, chill. You know, like, he might have even been on our plane somewhere one time, if I remember correctly.
Guys, following.
What are your thoughts on Avalanche? I'm out on Avalanche. We have some bad stuff on Avalanche we'll probably get into at some point. We just don't have time right now. And Avalanche don't need anybody's help killing it right now because it's doing a good job itself. And that doesn't mean, by the way, that projects on Avalanche can't survive. That doesn't mean the price won't go up. I'm just telling you, we're out on Avalanche. So you want to get in the philosophical differences. You want to get in attacking other projects, dirty tactics. And I can tell you, I talked to one of their developers, I believe, super douche. So you know what? Screw Avalanche. We're out on Avalanche. We'll never touch it again. Okay, moving on here. FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried borrowed from Alameda to buy Robinhood shares. Now, think about this.
This whole thing is so complicated.
In an affidavit provided to a Caribbean court before his arrest, Bankman-Fried said he and FTX co-founder Gary Wang together borrowed over $546 million from Alameda via promissory notes in April and May, used that money to capitalize Emergent Fidelity Technologies, the shell corporation, and in May bought a 7.6 stake in Robinhood. Okay, listen to this, guys. Okay, think about this. That's customer funds.
Mm-hmm.
$546 million in customer funds. Do you know where that money is now? Do you know where it is now? It's in a separate LLC hidden from the bankruptcy. We've got $1 billion in cash John Ray has found. We have BitBoy Crypto, $300 million to $1 billion in real estate in the Bahamas alone that we have found. Minimum $300 million. Now we have $546 million in Robinhood shares. Y'all starting, what, $8 billion insolvency hole? That's $2.5 billion potentially. That money's hidden somewhere. Now we also have, by the way, Sam's Bitcoin address that we now know, which has $236 million in it, which, oh, by the way, came from a larger wallet that he owns that has, I believe, about $2 billion now. Maybe it's $1.7 billion worth of customer funds, customer Bitcoin that's in that wallet as well. So now we're talking, okay, we may actually know where about $4.5 billion of this money is. I think it's all there. It's all hidden, and we're going to find all of it. I am now Nicolas Cage from National Treasure. We are going to hunt down all this money. Okay. Alameda potentially washing users' funds data transactions suggest. That's going on right now.
Yeah. Oh, this, real quick on the Robinhood thing. The other thing that's crazy about that, they use this, even though that Robinhood shares are in a shell company completely separate from everything else, they use the value of that to get a loan to help them buy BlockFi. So now BlockFi is angling that they should have a claim to some of those shares as well. I mean, it's so messy, it's not even funny.
Well, think about this, and I tweeted about this the other day. BlockFi had paid $70 million out of their $100 million fine to the SEC. Okay. Where did that money come from? You know, right?
FTX.
Alameda, yeah. FTX, right? So that's $70 million that the SEC is going to have to claw back from itself, which means the SEC is going to become a secured creditor. They're going to get their money before customers get their money.
Mm-hmm.
How's that for investment protection, Gary Gensler? We need someone with hair and balls to take over the SEC. I want someone with hair on their head and balls between their legs. Could be a woman. Could be a woman as well. Maybe virtual cojones.
You walked into that one.
I walked into that one bad. Okay. We support women in the SEC. Okay, for sure. We support SEC referees that are women. We also support SEC commissioners and chairmen that are women. I have no preference, man or woman, when it comes to SEC commissioner. I just want someone that's freaking brave and can do things that are common sense, can say, you know what? The entire reason our organization exists is to protect investors. How about instead of stealing customer funds from customers, how about we let them get their money first? If the SEC had any balls, they would come out and publicly say that $70 million goes directly to customers. That's what they would do. But you know why they don't? Because they don't have any of that. You know why? All they care about is money. All Gary Gensler cares about is money and power. And Corey Klippenstein's deep. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So this is what's going on right now. The thing most analysts feared but believed would happen is here, and we all knew this was going to happen. Alameda is washing funds of FTX users. Reason behind it is unclear. But considering the likely charges against former Alameda and FTX management, someone who has access to funds is trying to get away with them while remaining anonymous. Guys, this is Sam. Is this not the most obvious thing in the history of the world that this is Sam? Guys, this is why they let him out for 100%. Here's Zach. Zach sent me a Christmas present. Did y'all know that?
Mm.
Yeah, he sent a Christmas present. Anybody that ever sent him money. I think we're probably, can someone dig up the Zach XBT rich list? Are we number one? Has someone ever given him more than $10,000 at one time?
Probably.
You think so? I don't know. Not sure. We got to be up there on the rich list. We got to be in the top 10, I would think, at least. Somebody find the Zach XBT rich list. I just want to know where I'm at. I'm not trying to throw shade at all. I mean, I've said a lot of times I think Zach does good stuff. You know, I've told him that privately as well. I don't like some of the stuff he said against me that wasn't true. Some of it was true. But there were some errors in that post that people know about, whatever. But, you know, he gave out an NFT to everybody that sent him money this year. So the amount swapped for BTC is not significant for such a large entity as Alameda. Total volume still below 1 million. However, it might not be the end of the story. It's not clear how much Alameda has in cold wallets and how much more liquidity we're going to see prior to the official statement with creditors. So at press time, the CEO of FTX is not in jail, and neither are other Alameda representatives, but they face up to 110 years. Do you think Sam is going to try to run?
I've thought about this.
Where's he going to go? How's he going to get out? An El Chapo tunnel?
I mean, I feel like if he would have places to go and ways to get out if that was the plan he was trying to do. It's just a matter of, do you want to live your life on the run? I mean, he's pretty young. That's a long time.
30, right?
Yeah, I think 30, or you know, maybe.
I think he's exactly 30. I think.
Yeah, and so that's a long time to live the rest of your life like that. I think he's doing the math, and you know, if people think he's still going to try to work some kind of deal, if he's got, I don't know if he has any kind of leverage at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. If he thinks his only option is life in prison, you know, like if people are backed up into a corner, they might do some pretty irrational things. So who knows?
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%.
But my gut says no, he doesn't run.
I would tend to agree with you as well there. What's a perforer? I don't know what that is. U.S. charges accused Mango, a crypto manipulator, with fraud. Now, this is very fascinating here. Let me go ahead and give you the sum of this story. In these charges, the Southern District of New York considers crypto to be commodities. That is a hidden part of this story people aren't seeing. So I don't know how this play into the SBF trial, FTT, who knows, but that is the big part of the story you need to know. Big news for Ripple. Let's move on to XRP. U.S. Department of Justice calls cryptos commodities, and here it is. This is exactly what I was talking about in that story. In recent court filings by the U.S. Department of Justice against Abraham Eisenberg, the DOJ refers to two cryptocurrencies as commodities. Eisenberg, who exploited the decentralized finance platform Mango Markets and made $67 million, was arrested in Puerto Rico and charged with market manipulation. And here it is. You guys can see commodities fraud. It thus appears there's no dispute that neither token should be classified as security. Stands in stark contrast to SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, who is not only leading the case against Ripple, but has also opined on several occasions that pretty much every token is a security. And I will tell you, somebody sent me a DM today. Now, I want to preface this by saying I do not believe this is true. Somebody said Ethereum's getting served SEC papers in January. So we'll see. Let that play out. I don't think it's true. I think it's all posturing by Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler's got to freaking go. Why does this man still have a job? He literally met with the largest fraud of all time for maybe potentially over a year and couldn't sniff out anything. I don't know. I'm just saying this guy's incompetent. He's got to go. I do believe he's out over this, but he is power grabbing at every moment on his way out. Okay. All right. Let's move here. They're saying it's a litigation strategy, yada, yada, yada. But I think what they're saying here is it's common sense. That's what they're saying. XRP lawsuit, verdict, or settlement. XRP lawyer to drop prediction over summary judgment. John Deaton, amicus curiae, which I'm a part of, an XRP holder's lawyer, tried to poll over on Twitter, and the end result of the XRP lawsuit, and the poll gave two options, settle or go to verdict. 60% of them are looking for a settlement to happen. This is smarter. It can't be appealed. I think that is the move. Cali Crypto Dude says that they do find customer money in SBF wallets. Will it be returned? This is a very murky situation. It's very murky. In the Bahamas, the answer to that question is no. That's why we filed a lawsuit down there. We filed a lawsuit against Sam, Alameda, FTX, and his parents for all the property they own to try to get this money liquidated to give to customers. We're going to do, if we win this lawsuit, we're going to do this on our own because there's no precedent, which means I wouldn't have to do it. I could take $1 billion and see y'all later. So I guess y'all see which one I choose. But the fact is that there's no mechanism to bring it back into the bankruptcy in the Bahamas. So what happened is the Bahamian governments have seized the property. They're trying to take it from themselves. what's going on in the United States with this money? I don't know. It's not a regulated United States company. So does that mean it's the same thing that the Bahamian laws will apply, even though he's back here in the United States? It's murky, guys. There's no yes or no to that answer, unfortunately. That's why we're freaking Robin Hooding over here. We're trying to Robin Hood this money for y'all. I hope y'all understand what we're doing. And I think we're going to be victorious, at least to some extent. I think we're going to be victorious outright. And we're going to get all the property. But I don't know. I mean, if somehow they try to settle with us for 9 figures, do we take that and then just distribute that? At this point, I would say no to a settlement at this point. So I really like that Gucci jacket Ben's wearing. Well, thank you, Johannes. It's amazing. People love the black one. They hate the green one. You know, I don't know. SEC urged court not to make the memos public as it believes that would be foreclosed for making such argument, yada, yada, yada. More Ripple news. Got a big Ripple video for you guys at 3 p.m. today. RippleX, the branch responsible for developing the XRPL and supporting the ecosystem developers, has launched a new cash giveaway program, but with definitive conditions. XRPL Bounties, which is the new name of the program, involves rewarding those developers who propose new specific ideas. All right, we got a run here. CoffeeZilla takes on Logan Paul. Everybody knows about that. Kraken pulls out of Japan. Crypto investors sue Winklevoss twins. Bitcoin miner Argo sells Texas facility for $65 million. There you go. We got a question or two, maybe. Is Ben wearing a Ukrainian T-shirt? What does that mean? It's a green shirt.
Green shirt. Let's see. Any questions?
No, don't ask because I got to run.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to run. Do you think there will be an XRP buyback? No, I think the answer on that, well, if they lose the case, potentially, but I don't think it's going to happen. So how much do they pay for the Gucci sponsor? We are not sponsored by Gucci. I just like Gucci, but if they would like to sponsor me and give me free clothes, I'll take it. I think I got all the good Gucci clothes already, though, so they don't make that much. All right, guys, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome. I'm going to see if I can get that off of me. Be blessed. Be back at 3. Good boy out.